All right. We're going to continue, guys, our discussion on solving systems by elimination.
Special cases.
No, not special cases.
Oh,
That's
good.
problems. It's so much.
Guys, what's the question? What's the logical question kids have right now? Well, first of all, when do we use elimination?
If they're in standard form.
When they're in standard form.
Do we have to? Or when the directions say to
Yes. Yes. So, here's my question, you guys. What if the equations are not in standard form, but the directions say you got to solve them by
Put them in
elimination?
standard form.
Briggs?
Turn them in standard form.
You got to put your equations into standard form. Okay? So, jot that down, please. Put both, not just one of them, put both equations into standard form. Raise your right hand if you know standard form off the top of your head. Your other right hand, Nico. There you go. Cubon, what is standard form?
AX plus BY equals C.
And again, last period said technically sometimes they're not standard. Because what is standard form? A's got to be.
Positive.
Sometimes when you do what we're doing here for elimination, it's okay if A is negative. You don't have to get A to be positive.
Oh yeah, because you have to.
Sometimes, right. Sometimes you're going to have one of them be negative. So put those in. Put the first one in standard form, guys. Mathematically, what would you do to the first equation to get it into standard form? And I don't have kill two birds with one stone.
Add 3 and add 3y.
Add 3y to both sides,
But
and add 5 to both sides.
It has to be positive, right?
Doesn't have to be for this stuff. For linear equations and stuff like that. Briggs, yes, put them. Make sure A is positive. But for when you're solving systems by elimination, it's okay if A is negative. Madeline, what's the standard form of this first equation?
2x plus 3y.
I got 2x plus 3y equals 5. Okay? Second one?
Negative 5x plus y.
Subtract 5x from both sides and add 13 to both sides. Okay? Briggs, what is it?
Negative 5x plus y equals 13.
Okay. Natalie, what would be the amount of x's we would need to make for elimination? What would be the amount of x's we need to make for elimination? 10. What about y's? 3. Easier x's or y's?
Well, y is, but it takes up more paper if you do this.
You think so?
Yep.
Why?
Because you have to rewrite the equation.
Because you have to rewrite the equation.
Like if you do,
wait, what are the numbers?
if you do like this, then you have to write both equations down here. If you do this one, you can just write down here. This one comes down here.
Right.
And you have these two. Otherwise, you have to compare them both.
But don't you have to multiply them both by something to make 10?
Well, yes, you can just.
I don't think there's any easier way. Nico, what's your question? 'Cause you weren't here yesterday. I want to make sure we
What
clear
are
it
the
up.
numbers?
What are the numbers for what?
Like of x's.
Oh, what's the least? Good question. What's the least amount of x's we could make so that we can eliminate them? I don't think you make 3 x's. The y's would be 3.
Y.
So the x's. What's the least common denominator of 2 and 5?
2.
No.
5.
No.
Negative 5.
No.
10.
10. Least common denominator means what's the smallest number in the world that 2 and 5 both go into? 10. Or 3 and 1. What's the least common denominator of 3 and 1?
3.
That's what we're gonna take that route. So let's multiply, guys, the second equation. And let's get 3 of them and the opposite amount of them.
Negative 3.
So let's multiply the whole bottom one by negative 3. Okay? I do understand what Olson's talking about. We got to write the red equation again. That's okay. Nico, distribute a negative 3 to everything.
15x minus 3y equals negative
39.
39.
And then take the red equation, people, and put it right underneath it. 2x plus 3y equals 5. Nico, what variable eliminates now?
Y's.
The y's. Because when we add them together, negative 3y plus 3y eliminates. So 17x equals, what's negative 39 plus 5?
Negative.
Negative 34.
Negative 34. How convenient. What do you guys think?
2x equals negative 2.
Yeah, divide by 17. Do you guys know 2 17s make 34?
Yeah.
Okay. We now know that x is negative 2. Figuring out what y would be. Let's see. Is there any easier way to do it?
Yeah, the second equation, 2x plus 3y equals 5.
Oh, you're going to use, you're going to use your standard form. I went back to the original.
Yeah, 2x minus 5.
Hey guys, we have 4 choices here. First original, second original, first and standard, second and standard.
Either way.
First is standard.
First and standard?
Why would you do that? It's so much easier to do 2x.
2y
You do it your way. Go ahead, do it your way.
I did it because I'm so quick.
y equals 3.
So, which one do you want to use the first equation, Aaron?
Yeah, the first is standard.
Oh, and standard.
Yeah.
So 2, so you want to use this one. So 2 times negative 2
That's what I did.
plus 3y equals 5. Negative 4 plus 3y equals 5. 3y equals 9. Is y 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pair them up.
Negative 2, 3.
Negative 2, 3. Okay? So, does everybody understand about the whole 4 options? See what y is? Alright. Last problem. You guys are doing great. Put them both in standard form. Go. Melissa, what's the first one in standard form that you got?
Negative 3x minus 5y equals 13.
That's what I got. The last one, they informed us last period we had to do some combining of like terms.
What did you have on the first one?
Let's see. Add 4. Oh yeah, we did it in the first one
Wait,
too.
it's bucks.
I don't think it's Fox.
Boy,
Wait, why? Oh, I didn't see that. Alright.
Who's got that one? Cube on standard form, second equation.
7x plus 2y equals 18.
Perfect. Nice job, Al. 7x plus 2y equals 18. Somebody last period raised their hand. They had a different standard form for the second one. Guess what they got?
2y plus 7x equals 18.
No, you can't switch the x and y around.
I know, but that's
Oh, I did.
It was right, but it was different than that.
Number 7x minus 2y equals negative 18.
They had all the opposite signs. That's okay.
How?
They didn't understand. How'd they get that?
Get that?
They moved their x's and y's that way and moved their constants to the left. I wouldn't have done it that way,
Who did
but
that?
I get it. All right, Nico, least amount of x's we could make.
21.
Excellent. Y's?
10.
Which one's easier?
Y's.
Y's. That's why yesterday we talked about looking carefully and making good decisions. So what are we going to multiply the top one by, Nico, to make 10? 2. And keep it negative 10. That was good. Multiply the bottom one by? 2. That doesn't make 10. 5. Okay, so you're going to multiply your top equation by 2, bottom equation by 5. Negative 6x minus 10y equals 26. 35x plus 10y equals... Do you guys know how to multiply by 5 in your head?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple different ways to do it. How do you guys do it?
Double it twice
I
and then
multiply,
add one more time.
Why
Oh,
don't
double it twice and then, yeah.
I'll just go to
I multiply
I think that's
8
even
by
harder
5,
than getting a
then I
calculator out
multiply
and doing
10
it.
by 5.
Henry, it's the strangest thing I've ever heard.
Multiply 8
No,
by
do
5.
not double it twice and add one more to it, even though it does work. The dumbest thing I ever heard.
I just know 5 times 12, I just do the rest.
Guys, you know what? Multiply by 5? Multiply by 10, and then take half of it.
60.
No?
Oh my
90.
god. I'm
What's
scared.
half of 180?
Yeah.
90. That's how I do it.
And just do the work.
Or last period they said they multiply 5 times 10 and 5 times 8 and add them together. They kind of use the distributive problem. All right, the 10s eliminate. 29x equals 116.
Wait, that wouldn't work. 5 times 10 is 4.
50 and then 40 make 90.
How would Henry's work? Add.
So double it twice, so 18, 36, 72, place one more 18. Goofy kid. If that works for you, though, keep using it. As long as you're able to do it, do it. With big numbers, it does get a little tougher. Please, 116 be divisible by 9. I mean by 29.
4, right?
What is it? 4. Okay. Now, x is 4. Where do you guys want to find out what y is at? Which equation? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
4. Actually, no. 3. Negative 6x.
3.
3, the green one here?
Yeah.
Might be the easiest. You should get the same value any way you go. Let's see. Negative 3 times 4 minus 5y makes 13. Negative 12 minus 5y equals 13. And 12. Shazam.
Negative 5.
Negative 5y equals 25. That makes y negative 5. Pair them up. 4, comma, negative 5. Box it.
We starting to work now?
That's it.
What if they both cancel?
We have a ton.
Ah! $10,000 questions a day.
Multiply my number.
Hey, what happens, guys? I think you're smart enough to give me an example like that. Make what makes 2 standard forms where the x's and the y's would cancel out.
Negative x plus y equals 12.
Got it? Now watch what he does here.
X minus y equals 5.
What do you want? 5?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so this question. What if when you add them together, the x's and the y's cancel?
0 does not equal 17,
False.
so
No
it's
solution.
false.
True or false statements? Sit down.
False.
What do we write?
No.
No solution. When would it be all? When would it be infinitely many solutions?
17 equals 17.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, how would you get 17
I think it would only
over there,
be-
though?
Yeah, but so right. How would you get 17 on the left
0,
side?
the other one's 0.
It would have to be 0 equals 0.
Oh yeah, so that'd be like negative 5 and 5, or like 0, 0.
Right. Make sure you can do those. Signing off. Everybody say good night.
Bye.
Bye.